Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing, and today I'd like to show you some quilt scrapbooks that I've made. They're made in an 8x8, and so far we're into 2 different scrapbooks. I would guess that by the time my mom is done with her 100 quilts, we will be into the 3rd. And I took a couple pages out. The page protectors make glare, and I wanted to show you some examples. The pages are fairly simple to let the quilts shine. This project has been going on since the 90s, so our style and scrapbooking changes, adhesive changes. You'll see some variety in the pages, and if you want to see more of these, don't hesitate to leave me a comment and I can show more later. The thing that was interesting about making these quilts is my mom wanted to document it, and she wrote a little blurb here. They're usually 100% cotton, machine pieced, hand quilted with poly bats, and then in 95 she decided she wanted to use cotton Hobbs bats. And then I wrote below, and this was what was surprising about making these books. This book is for my mom, who not only makes quilts, but amazing memories along the way. I set out to scrapbook the quilts, but as the pages came together, I realized that the quilts document our lives too. Friends, family, births, graduations, weddings, and even illness are shared with these quilts. That's been a surprising thing because you don't think about it. I just thought about it was going to be a scrapbook of quilts, but there are pictures of babies, and it talks about when people got married, maybe when someone was ill and recovered, all kinds of stuff. Okay, we have just some random ones that I picked. We'll start with this, 9. My mom writes a blurb. It's number 9, Cosmic Cats. She assigns it a number, I think when she starts it or when she starts working on the pattern, somewhere early on, because a quilt can have its number and not be done for decades. That's a true thing that happened. And then she has a little write-up, a navy and cream twin-size quilt for Rosemary, 30 cat blocks, 6 down and 5 across, cream backing with small navy stars. The strip border finished 60 by 84. And I usually take pictures. Sometimes we get pictures mailed to us. In this case, I had a faraway picture and a more close-up where I cut out one of the cats and you could show the fabric. And I just have some thread on here, and that's it for that page. And you'll see that what's on the pages varies. If the quilt was for our family, my sister, my mom, or I, there's no thank you note. My sister and I don't write them, but other people typically do. Okay, here's another great picture. She numbers each one, dates it, and puts her initials on it. There may be 1 or 2 that have slipped through accidentally. I know I've been delivering them to babies or baby showers and had to stop her and say, you forgot to number it. I once delivered a quilt hours before the baby was born. That one got replaced. I'll show you the replacement quilt. Okay, so then she writes about it, and this one, and you get time and what was going on. The border was quilted during the O.J. Simpson trial. Then Sarah confiscated it one day in January of 96. I took it back. This one's amazing, this log cabin. I don't know if you can tell, but it's one that we fight about. Some quilts are made specifically for a person or a holiday or whatever. Some are made because my mom liked a fabric or a pattern. Those are usually the ones we fight about. Okay, here's a page where I used her quilting stencil. Sometimes she makes her own stencils out of cardboard, sometimes they're plastic, but in a couple of them I've attached her stencil, and I have the branding strip of the fabric, the William Morris collection, and the thread she uses, and a nice picture where I cut out the actual quilt, and then the information about it down here. This one she originally made to cover a window to an add-on in a house we lived in. Now I use it to cover my fireplace. So this one's really versatile. We've used it a lot of different ways over the years. Here's a baby quilt. My mom likes to make baby quilts because it helps her numbers. This is the one where I picked the fabrics for the original quilt and the pattern was kites, and my mom machine quilted it, and she was horrified by it. She wasn't happy with the quality, and it was out there in the universe. So she made this adorable baby a new quilt, and this one turned out even better. And I have some scraps of the fabric, a write-up about it, and a thank you note from the mom. Fun stuff. Here's another one where I have big pieces. We don't usually have so much left of the fabric and the write-up. And this was a quilt for my grandma, and this my sister and her dog. We put dogs and cats on quilts in my family, and we use them. And you can see this one has a big 40. It's number 40. That's why it has 40. So all the pages are numbered. I think my mom might be in the 70s and I might be in the 60s. She tends to quilt faster than I make the pages. It's kind of hard to make quilt pages because they're always different. Her products are different, the colors. It's really tough to buy product in advance or have it. And let me show you what my mom does. She keeps whatever she has left. So some receipts, some notes about it, scraps of fabric if she has them, and the thank you. So she'll hand me, there's other ones in here I haven't done, envelopes or bags, and then I take it from there. This is a great idea if you have a quilter in your life, or maybe you have somebody else who makes amazing works of art but isn't a scrapbooker. It's an interesting what you can scrapbook over time, and it's not a scrapbook of quilts. It's really the story of our lives of the last several decades, because she started quilting in the 70s. If you want to see more pages or you have any questions about it, do not hesitate to leave me a comment and I'd be happy to show you more. Thanks so much for watching Crafting and Relaxing, and have a great day. Bye-bye.